Get your reactions ready. The live portion of the show will begin in just a moment. Today is Thursday, May 25th, 2023, and it's the rubber match between the Yankees and the Orioles. Clark Schmidt was on the mound, hoping to turn in a good performance so that the Yankees bats could get to work. My recap and your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Ay. Welcome back, everybody. This game put me in kind of a Hannibal Lecter mood. Good thing the census is over. So, series that began with a great win ends with a whimper and back-to-back tough losses and a crucial series loss to a very tough division rival, Baltimore Orioles. Now, San Diego comes into town, and we get to watch Juan Soto and Fernando Tatis, and probably Matt Carpenter, too, smash baseballs into the bleachers this weekend. Carpenter not having a great season, hitting 198 with 4 home runs, but you got to believe that coming back to the Bronx, he's going to be amped up. Yippee. Key takeaways tonight, the offense was horrible. Yankees got 3 hits. The defense was not great. They made a couple of errors. Clark Schmidt wasn't bad. Umpires were bad. And my patience is getting thin with Oswaldo Cabrera and with Jake Bauers. And once again, Aaron Boone didn't stick around to see the entire game. So game 52 is in the books. Yankees are done with the Baltimore Orioles now until the first week of July. And let's be honest. Let's be fair and give the Orioles credit where credit is due. That's a pretty damn good baseball team. And because they're so young, I feel like they're going to keep getting better. Worth mentioning that the Rays won again today. They beat the Blue Jays 6-3, so the Yankees fall back a game in the standings. Blue Jays are in danger of falling below 500, and I have a feeling their manager is going to get fired soon. And it's going to be weird to see Don Mattingly wearing a Jays uniform as the manager of the Jays next time they come to Yankee Stadium. A couple of quick minor league notes. Oswald Peraza hit another home run tonight. Second straight game with a dinger for him. Hard to leave him in the minor leagues when he's tearing it up, and the Yankees offense has, been so pitiful the last couple of days. Well, they scored some runs last night, but tonight they look pitiful for sure. Just Gleyber Torres led off the game with a hit, and then they didn't have another hit till the 7th inning. Ridiculous. Also, Randy Vasquez getting called up. He's the Yankees' 3rd best pitching prospect according to the rankings. You see him ranked some places number 9, some places number 12. What you're going to see with Vasquez is a very unorthodox pitching motion. He's got a really good slider, and he's got good stuff. I'm worried about his durability. I didn't think he would ever make it to the major leagues because of his pitching motion. It just screams arm injury to me. But, some guys are just unorthodox. Hey, saw Belly with $100 donut. Oh, wow, appreciate it. I don't have there we go. I don't have the dono button anymore. There's too many sub 200 hitters. Happy birthday. Appreciate it. Oh, man. Yes, I'm 40. I feel it, too. You can't tell, but I'm wearing a back brace right now. I was wearing a neck brace most of the night. I got an arthritis glove on. I feel it. I'm definitely feeling it. Probably should eat something other than cupcakes tomorrow, though. Today was heavy on the cupcakes. Eric C. says, better days ahead. Let's hope so. So the umpiring from the very beginning tonight was atrocious. Some of the worst umpiring that we've seen behind the plate all season, and we've seen some bad umpiring this year. What are even the qualifications to be a major league umpire? I think all you need is a head. Maybe a right arm so you can call strikes. But there's a couple of guys that don't even do that. What's the point of having a strike zone if the umpire's just going to make shit up as it goes along? And look, I'm not one of those people who says blame the umpires. And the Yankees, had many opportunities to pick up hits tonight, and they didn't do it. But the umpire definitely changed a lot of at-bats, changed a lot of counts, and that can overall affect the whole game. MLB needs to start holding these guys accountable, or at least implement some kind of a challenge system. I mean, there's no reason you can't have a challenge system. Not a fully automatic strike zone, I guess, because, it takes the human element out of the game. Still got, people who are going to complain anyway. So maybe just some kind of a system like they have in AAA where you can, tap your head and challenge the call or whatever. I feel like at this point it's necessary because the umpiring we've seen is just dreadful. On to Clark Schmidt. I thought he was solid today. I'll be fair with you. I dread the nights when he's going to pitch. It's like, going to the dentist or paying your taxes. It's rarely fun. But tonight, I was pleasantly surprised by the way he worked out of some jams. Some were partially made. He did give up a lot of rockets. Somebody said that the Yankees defense on Twitter said that the Yankees defense needs to step it up when Clark Schmidt pitches because they tend to not field as well when he pitches. And I had to retort, well, it would help if every ball didn't have an exit velocity of 112 miles an hour when he was pitching. But he did give us some rockets, but he worked out of some jams tonight. So I think that regardless of the outcome of the game, that deserves some acknowledgement. This was a good offense that he faced. They loaded up on lefties, and he was able to get it done. Also, in regards to not picking up the rockets here, we got a call right after there was a hard ground ball to Volpe that he couldn't handle. I felt like it should have been scored an error. It got scored a hit. And then I got this voicemail.
This is Roy Boy. Tonight was about the third or fourth ground ball slightly to the left of our shortstop. And Volpe has fumbled it, except that it wasn't scored an error. It was scored a base hit. So, I mean, they're protecting his fielding average. They're ordinary plays that should be made, not difficult ones.
And I like how this guy, look, fans are going to be tough on players, and we got a couple of super chats, so thank you for that. I'll get to those in a second. But this is a fair criticism, okay? It's a fair criticism on Volpe. I got to say I agree with the caller. The play should have been made, but also, yes, it was a rocket, and the Yankees were protecting his fielding percentage. That is clear. The only thing I can say is the kid played 3 weeks at AAA. And, Aaron Boone said when he called him up in that meeting, if you remember that meeting in the clubhouse, he essentially said, there's some development that needs to take place here. There's some development that has to happen at the major league level. And we're seeing that now. My hope is that he's going to improve. And I have every confidence that his baseball IQ is high enough that he's going to learn from his mistakes. Look, these are the growing pains, but he also turned a couple of nice 6-6-3 double plays tonight in key situations. So you take the good with the bad. Offensively, not doing great. He's hitting 199 now, 0 for 4. And with the way that Peraza's hitting at AAA, you're starting to hear whispers. Not from me, not yet. You're starting to hear whispers about AAA making a swap. Because, like I said, he only played 3 weeks. Aaron Boone got ejected in the third inning again.
Get off my bridge.
I feel like he's getting ejected at least once a week these days. Once a week. I mean, he just doesn't finish games. Epic Warrior says, subtract Bowers, subtract Willie Calhoun. Willie had a good night. Subtract Ramirez, send down Waldo, Weber, and add Stanton, Canley, Rodon, Cole Calhoun, Peraza, and Florial. That's a lot of moves. First of all, Florial's not coming back up. The whole league could have had him for nothing. The whole league passed. Not going to happen. But I do think Peraza's got to come up. Hopefully Rodon is, a few weeks away, and sounds like Stanton's going to be here next week. Kieran Chetri says, Yanks can't hit against starters lately. What's up? I feel like it's been that way the whole season. This is about the 5th or 6th time that the Yankees have waited until like the 9th inning to score. And Kyle Gibson I saw this comment before the game or before the post game began in the chat. Somebody said Yankees can't hit good starting pitchers. Gibson is not a great starting pitcher. He's an average starting pitcher. He's got a 3.82 ERA after 7 shutout innings tonight. I mean, this is a guy who the Yankees have crushed in the past. 5.05 ERA last season. This is not a stud. This is an average pitcher, and the Yankees should have done more with him. Let's get that right. Orioles got their first run in the 5th. Final line on Clark Schmidt wasn't terrible. 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. You know, that's a 1.80 ERA. Like I said, the Orioles hit into some bad luck. They hit the ball hard a number of times. But overall, you'll take it. You will take that from Clark Schmidt every time. Stone Cold says, Volpe is the guy that the Yankees wanted to keep and not trade. I'm rooting for him, but there's a lot of pressure on him. Yeah, let's not forget, this kid's a 22-year-old. And this is something I always like to say when talking about young players. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that makes you a fully conscious adult, isn't finished developing until you're about 25 years old. Right? So up until that point, you know, you're going to be in your own head. You're not going to necessarily put the pieces together to make the adjustments. For those of you who are older, think about, you know, the decisions and the way you thought about things when you were 22 years old. You learned, and it helped you become who you are now, but you weren't a finished product, and neither is Volpe. Yo Elvis says he's not fine. I don't think he's fine. I think he's struggling. But I do think that he's going to be fine. Future tense. I think we just have to be patient. As a Yankee fan, it's hard to be patient. You know, people always say that Yankees fans are the smartest fans in baseball, the most knowledgeable fans in baseball. But I think it's fair to say they're also the most impatient fans in baseball, without question. Without question. And that's just because of the success, right? Success breeds a expectation that you'll have more success in the future. And when you don't have it, it gets frustrating. And we saw that tonight. We saw a lot of frustration from the fans, saw a lot of frustration on social media. The players were frustrated. Aaron Boone, obviously frustrated. I swear, he's going to need a heart transplant by the end of the season. A couple of other things. Oswaldo Cabrera also probably has to go back down to AAA. Seems like every at-bat is a soft 19-hop ground ball right at somebody, usually to the first baseman or the second baseman, so he can't even beat it out with his speed. Now, he does a nice job defensively. I'm not going to take that away from him. But it's been 2 months. It's been 2 fucking months. You got to do something offensively, kid. I'd make the swap for Peraza tomorrow. I would just swap those guys. The other thing is that Ben Rortvedt had some good at-bats tonight. He took some close pitches. He walked a couple of times. And then he got pinch hit for it. I'll get to that. On the defensive side, the Yankees pitchers were terrible tonight on defense. They dropped 2 easy outs at first base. In baseball, there's something called PFP, pitchers fielding practice. And what it is, it's a very simple drill. The pitcher runs basically a shape of a banana from the pitcher's mound to home plate. You want to run at the line about 75% of the way up the line. And then you want to run along the line. So you get to the line, turn, and go straight and run right at the bag. Yankees pitchers are doing this wrong. This is a fundamental problem. They are running right to the bag. And then you got to worry about, trying to judge where you are in space while also trying to catch the ball. Get and look in a different direction, which is the most important part. You want to get to the fucking line and run straight at the bag, looking at the first baseman, and field the ball. This is fundamentals 101. You learn this in Little League. Come on. Unbelievable. Also, Bowers pinch hit for Rortvedt in the bottom of the 8th and struck out. My patience is running thin on Bowers for sure. Can't hit a high fastball, and the league has adjusted to him. They have figured it out. That is clear because he's seeing nothing but the same pitch over and over again. Can't lay off of it, can't hit it. It's like that girl in A League of Their Own. Terrible. Calhoun hit an RBI double in the bottom of the ninth to put the Yankees on the board, but Volpe flied out to end the game, and the Yankees dropped the series.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
High 12397. Look, he doesn't have a lot of good takes. I'm not going to lie. But he's got a good take here. He says, I want to see you guys bat 199. You know, I get a lot of comments as a podcaster that say, I'd like to see you do it. I'd like to see you go out there and do it. And you're not wrong. I probably can hit 199 in the major leagues. But my job isn't to hit in the major leagues. My job is to be a podcaster. Our jobs aren't to hit 199 or to hit 300. Our jobs are whatever we chose our jobs to be. But you don't have to be able to, build a clock to know how to tell time, right? We can understand when a guy is struggling, but also that, the swing is pretty good. He's stepping in the bucket a little bit. He's got good bat speed. He's strong. He gets good carry on the baseball. He's hit into some tough luck. He strikes out too much. I think he's going to be all right, but he needs to pick it up. Ariadna says, I wouldn't be mad for this game if it wasn't for the disappointment of yesterday's game. Tabor Talk says, Volpe is fine, but he needs to work the count more. That is absolutely correct. He's amazing on the bases, but he doesn't get a chance to run because he doesn't get on base enough. What's his on-base percentage? Let me pull that up. So after tonight, he's got an on-base percentage of 284. Speed does you no good if you don't get on base. He's got to walk more. He's got to get more hits. I feel like he's in home run mode a little bit. I like it when he's driving line drive. Same thing as Gleyber Torres. But again, let's let the kid develop. Still young. He's smart. He's going to learn from these mistakes, and he's going to get better. Sam G says, thoughts on the bullpen getting ran through every game. Starters can't go deep in the games using 5 to 6 bullpen pieces a night. It's tough. I mean, we've seen this throughout history. We saw this a lot in the Joe Torre era because he had a quick hook a lot of times, and he would definitely wear out that bullpen. He tended to wear out the same guys. Like, he would pitch Scott Proctor 4 nights in a row for multiple innings. I mean, he was ridiculous. But I feel like the Yankees are going to have to make an addition to the bullpen at some point because they're just getting too wiped out. They also probably need to make an addition in the rotation. Hopefully Rodon is coming. But you can't keep getting 3-4 innings out of guys. 5 innings at most. So we got some people talking about giving Florial a shot. And I just wanted to point out that, yeah, he got DFA'd before the season and no team wanted him. Listen, AAA stats are not major league stats. You don't see major league pitching in the minor leagues. Full stop. Full stop. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box score here. Not a great night for the box score. Yankees just 3 hits. Torres had the hit to lead off the game, and Calhoun had 2 hits to raise his average to 229, which is still dog shit. Tough night for Volpe, really tough night for Cabrera. Rortvedt had some respectable at-bats, 2 walks. I want to see more of him. I want to see Rortvedt get some more chances. As far as the pitching goes, Schmidt wasn't bad. Peralta had nothing. Couple of walks, couple of runs. Abreu finished it up. But again, too many arms every night. And it's time to start thinking about, what we can add to this ball club to just get a little bit better. Ariadna says she notices that Volpe swings on the first pitch a lot more. Think he needs to take more pitches. 100% agree. Yankees Judge says, why can't anyone else get mad like Bader? I do think that Bader has got that edge to him. I love it. But Boone, as you see, getting mad. I love seeing Boone like this. And he's been getting tossed a lot, but I feel like it's been justified. It's been justified because the umpiring has been just so atrociously bad. Eric C. says, Yankees fans are also the most short-term focused fans. Well, we're taught, and it's reinforced, that you need to win every year or else it's a failure. I feel like we do need to I feel like we do need to play better. I don't even have to try and pronounce that. Ambiorix Acevedo says 54 at-bats is not a shot, Derek. Look, I understand that people are in love with his minor league stats. And right, normally you would say 54 at-bats is not a great sample size. But we saw it with our eyes, man. He cannot hit a changeup. And he has not been able to make the adjustment. He cannot hit a major league changeup. Full stop. And so he was just seeing a steady diet of that pitch, and he was missing by a foot. It wasn't like he was hitting hard lineouts to second. He did nothing. Anyway. Frankie says, Boone, madder than Christopher Russo.
Game over, man. Game over.
I gotta get out of here.
Kian Patel says, drop Volpe to 9th for a bit. I agree, that would be good. And Lori says Florial is awful. I feel like a neutron stupid bomb went off, and we all fucking forgot how terrible this guy looked. The guy couldn't hit a damn thing. He was atrocious. Every time we watched him hit, the comments would fill up with, this guy is not a major league hitter. I feel like just because we're not hitting right now, we want to inject anything. And so we look at his AAA stats and we say, oh, that guy can do it. Remember Hoy Jun Park, who tore up AAA and then got released 80 times over the next 2 years? And same thing with Miguel Andujar. He was raking at AAA. Clint Frazier rakes at AAA. Just because a guy puts up big numbers in the minor leagues does not mean he's a good hitter. And just because a guy puts up bad numbers in the minor leagues does not mean he's a bad hitter. It's more about the quality of at-bats and how overmatched they are against certain types of pitches. You got to be able to hit a big league fastball. You got to be able to hit that 97, 98 mile an hour fastball. I think he can do that. Got a miss up here. You got to be able to hit a major league breaking ball, a major league changeup. So far, he's done none of that. He is a quadruple A player. Excellent way to phrase it. And Parks and Young says these last 2 games took the momentum out of everything. I do feel like the momentum the last couple of nights has fallen off. We were playing great, riding high after that Jays series. You just hope that the Padres don't come to town and decide to get hot and kick our ass. The Padres this season, I'm going to pull up their record here. Let's see here. Let's see if I've got a... Padres are 23-27. -5 run differential, so they've allowed 5 more runs than they've scored. But Soto is heating up. He's got 9 home runs. And you just get the feeling like Tatis coming into the Bronx is going to have a big series. And Matt Carpenter, he's used to walking on that fresh grass at Yankee Stadium, and it gave him the right kind of vibes, baby. But I don't know. I'm worried about this series. But let's hope that it works out. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. Thank you for all the donos. Round of applause for you guys. 40. Unbelievable. I'll be back tomorrow after the game, hopefully with better results. Until then, my friends, good night.
Ball game over.
Most impressive.